Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before I start diving into the topic for the day. Got some light motivation coming y'all way today, some inspiration. Hopefully y'all week starting off on a good, positive, strong note. So give everybody a chance to tune on in and tap in before we start building. It's a wonderful Monday, mantra Monday, motivational Monday, magnificent Monday, whatever M word you can think of that's positive. We're going to associate it with Monday. King Grady, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? Nigel, peace. What's going on with you? How y'all brothers living? Hopefully y'all staying positive out here. Staying positive, staying powerful, staying productive. Y'all know how I go. Y'all know how I go. Yeah, we got some motivation. We got some motivation to pass along. Dominique, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? MLK Monday. Antoinette, peace. What's going on with you, Queen? I gotta shoot you an email, Queen. I'm gonna definitely need your assistance in setting up this function that I want to set up for the summer. So I'm about to email you once I get done. Magic Realms, peace. What's going on with you? Mantra Monday. We keeping it positive, man. We keeping it positive today on this Monday. Monday is typically one of the roughest days for people, man. It's like the beginning of the work week for a lot of people. So Mondays can get rough. I work every day, so Monday really don't mean much to me. But Mondays are rough for a lot of people, man. So we keeping it positive on Monday. We keeping it positive. We keeping it powerful. That's how we need to do it. That's how we need to do it. That's how you should begin your week. On a positive and powerful note. Antoinette, no doubt, will definitely be emailing you shortly. Magic Realms, everything is good, man. Everything is peace my way. You know how I try to do it. I try to keep it peaceful, try to keep it productive. Putting in work, putting out the content. Montel, peace, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, my brother? Oh, Amaru, Set Universe, peace, what's going on with you? Dominique, like I said, any powerful M word you can think of, man, we associating it with Monday, mantra Monday, motivational Monday, magnificent, marvelous Monday, masterful Monday, whatever word you could think of. That helps with that vocabulary too, man. Just think of all those positive and powerful M words associated with Monday. Fun Gay, peace, what's going on? Majestic Monday, no doubt about it. Most definitely majestic Monday. See, we control the narrative, yo. We control the narrative, man. We showing y'all how powerful the mind is. We control the narrative. Hertz 187, what's going on? Shine, peace, what's going on? We controlling the narrative. Man, I gotta put my I put some things on the screen here. Let me put these banners up here. But yeah, we control the narrative, man. These days are as good or as bad as we allow them to be. Momentum Monday. There we go. Meritorious Monday. Man Monday. Let's get it. Momentum Monday. Let's go. Amaru Set. Most definitely. You know, and that's how I tell people, man, like how we say all the M words, but forgot manifestation. Manifest Mondays, man. We manifesting on Monday. That's what we do. But again, I said universe. That's how I tell people to manifest. You got to live as if it's already done, because it is already done once you plant the seed. So the true key ingredient to manifesting or manifestation is to live as if it is already done. Whatever it is that you are striving for, you want to live as if it's already completed. And that's the key to manifesting. You plant that seed, live as if it is already completed. Live as if you are already that person that you are trying to become or seeking to become. So you don't have to wait to become that billionaire or that millionaire. Just live as if you are already that. Live as if you are already that. It's that simple. It's that simple. Hey, Money Monday, you know, It's some M words that we forgot. Fungi, oh, you already know, man. This flag, I feel like this is one of the best. Listen, not to brag, but like I said, my academic advisor told me I'm too modest. But I feel like this is one of the best backgrounds on YouTube. This Khalid Muhammad flag. I feel like this is one of the best backgrounds on YouTube. Hey, Martin Monday. Then we got to give Malcolm a Monday. Malcolm got to have his Monday. So we got to give Malcolm a Monday too. Shoot. Magic Realms, how you liking that book? But no doubt, man, we should always striving to be manifesting. Like it's not a coincidence that it's Monday. And then you have manifestation. They start with those M's. Like this is really when you should jot down your goals for the week, man, and just focus on manifesting those goals and accomplishing those goals. Like we should all have weekly goals. You should have daily goals. You should have monthly goals. You should have yearly goals. But a lot of like we overlook the day-to-day things that we need to do in order to reach those monthly goals and those yearly goals. Is day-to-day activities that you need to do on a day-to-day basis that when you do those things, not only does it help you improve upon self, but it pushes you that much closer to really manifesting that reality that you are striving to manifest, man, and creating that life for yourself that you know that you deserve. So don't sleep on setting those goals the beginning of the week. A lot of people say you should do it on that Sunday. So you set your goals for the week that Sunday night. So then when you wake up on Monday, you getting right to the money. You're getting right to the money on Money Mondays, on Mantra Mondays. So that's a key. Jamar, peace. What's going on? Antriels, peace. What's going on with you? Everything is all good my way. Everything is all good. We got oh yeah, Amaru set. We got speak your spells. Let your mouth be your wrecking balls. No doubt about it. 1228 the Great. Peace. What's going on? D, 3 ways to raise your vibration. The first way to raise your vibration, y'all always hear me go back to the foundation, which is knowledge of self. Get in tune with yourself. That's one way to raise the vibration. The second way to raise your vibration, eat what they call electric foods or live foods or alkaline foods, however you want to refer to the food. Make sure you want to make sure you're eating clean. That's a way to raise the vibration. Then the third way to raise the vibration is knowing when to cleanse, knowing when to empty the mind, knowing when to detox. Those are 3 things you can do to raise your vibration, because detoxing, fasting, that instills in you a level of discipline that's really hard to acquire. So you need to do things that will establish that level of discipline in you, and that'll raise your vibration. So get that knowledge of self, eat healthy foods, then instill that discipline within yourself, man. Do some things like fasting, man. Do some things that'll make you uncomfortable so that you can acquire that discipline. That's how you raise that vibration. Dominique, you went hard on the went hard on the M words for the Mondays. Amaru set. You already know it. I got 2 other flags that I'm gonna be kind of rotating. I got a Fred Hampton flag that I'm gonna put up too. And then I got a Tupac joint. So I'm about to do my thing with these backgrounds, with these flags in the background. But we rocking out with Khalid for a minute. Yeah, we gonna rock out with Khalid for a minute. Muhammad Monday. Oh yeah. D, like I said, you already know the culture that I come from. We don't believe in any mystery God, so we don't believe in any God outside of ourselves. We believe that God is within you. You are that. You are that which you see. So to keep it simple, that's how we that's how we rock, that's how we roll. Perch 187, I have not read that. Heard a lot about it, haven't read it yet though. Magic Realms, no doubt, man. I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna have to get the book then. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna have to get it. Justin, peace. What's going on? Oh, Sean, see, I already know. I already know when you eliminate anything from your life, man, that you've been eating for a minute, it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be a journey, man. You just gotta stick to it. That's one M word that we're not going that we're not gonna associate with Monday though. Meat Mondays, no sir. We ain't associating meat with Monday. That's one M word that we're not utilizing. But yeah, I already know that type of journey is difficult. It can be complicated. It can be rough. It can feel like you're not gonna make it. But that's because your body is detoxing and cleansing itself. So it's gonna start off rough in the beginning, but it's gonna get better. All you gotta do is stick to it. All you gotta do is make this a lifestyle, not just something that you're doing for a temporary period of time. Once you make it a lifestyle, then there you go. It's gonna ease the process a little bit more for you. 1228 the Great, no doubt with the music. I mean, I feel like that's a given because we always tuning into some music. So yeah, the music is definitely beneficial. Even like podcasts or whatever help raise the vibration. Podcasts are just listening to somebody positive on YouTube or on your phone or whatever the case may be. So sometimes I do that. But see, what's positive to me may not necessarily be positive to everybody else. See, my motivational speaker is Khalid Muhammad. Now, the average person may not be motivated, may not feel like what he's saying is positive, but that's my motivational speaker right here, right behind me. Not Garvey, but Khalid Muhammad. Garvey is included in that as well. I might listen to some old Malcolm X. I'm motivated. See, a lot of people go to people like Eric Thomas and Les Brown, Tony Robbins, them motivational speakers. Nah, my motivational speakers, Khalid Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X. Those are my motivational speakers, man. That's who I listen to for that motivation. King Grady, I got the flag. It's a site called artistictees.com. artistictees.com. Man, they got a lot of like flags like this. They got a lot of shirts, man. They got a lot of good good quality products, man. It's black owned. They got a lot of good quality products, man, from the flags to the hoodies to the shirts. So artistictees.com. Machiavelli Monday, yeah. When that Pac come, that Pac one is dangerous. Y'all know I'm a big Pac fan, so I can't wait to put that joint up. Honestly, I already know. When you're cleansing yourself, man, that's the toxins leaving the body. So when the toxins leaving the body, it's gonna result in a lot of cravings for things that you don't necessarily need. But that's the toxins leaving the body, man. You cannot fold. Don't fold on it. I already know you're gonna have a lot of cravings. Gonna have a lot of negative cravings. Gotta curb them though, man. You gotta be disciplined. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. This is part of the process where willpower comes into play because you have to be strong. There is no way around this part of the process. When you cleansing yourself, you're gonna start. The beginning of that process is going to be rough. There's no way around it. It's going to be rough. No matter how you go about it, it's gonna be rough. So that's when that willpower comes into play, man. You just gotta will through it. Gotta be strong. That's it. And I'm trying to read these comments, man. My thing is tripping. D, do you think the Holy Spirit? You think the Holy Spirit important being spiritual? D, I don't really speak in terms of a Holy Spirit. That's not my language. You would never hear me utilize that concept. You know, spirit to us, spirit to me simply means breath. It ain't even to me. That's literally what it means. So I don't even use that concept and that phrase, honestly. So I try to be real mindful in regards to my language so people don't get the wrong idea of what I represent, what I believe in, what I subscribe to. So I don't use that phrase. I feel like the Holy Spirit should be used by people of said religions. I'm not of said religion, so I don't use the terminology. I break things down differently. I let them have their language. They straight ain't let me scroll to read these comments, y'all. This crazy. I'm trying to read comments and I can't scroll. Oh, Dominique. No, listen, Dominique, it's in the holy books. So look, we're gonna bring your comment to the surface. Say you gotta learn more about God within you. I was bad, but them holy books got me together. Bro, them holy books is what's letting you know that God is within you. It's letting you know that ye are gods. So them holy books letting you, they letting you know. They letting you know that reality. BO reporting live. Yeah, no meat Monday. No meat Tuesday, no meat Wednesday. Yeah, we're not doing meat Monday. That's not happening. Montel Marketing Monday. That's right up my alley. Jamar, no doubt. I know a lot about that movie to the point where I'm about to do a video one day this week about how the FBI assassinated Hampton and how a brother, the security guard within the Black Panther Party, basically sold him out and was working for the feds the whole time. I'm going to break that down. I'm going to break that down to how the FBI assassinated Fred Hampton and why this information is relevant today. So I'm going to break that down one day this week. But the FBI, government, whatever you want to refer to them as, definitely was behind the assassination of Fred Hampton. Swag, peace, what's going on? Hey, Capers, man, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, Sean, you got it. Vito reporting live. Yeah, we never fold. That's one thing we don't do. That's one thing that we don't do. We do not fold. We never fold. Don't do it. Never fold, never give in. Don't give in to those desires, and that's what's hard. I honestly feel like that's something that holds us back too, man. We be folding, be giving in to these. Excuse me. We be, man, God. All right, we be giving in and caving in to a lot of these desires and cravings. So we need to stop that. We need to stop that. Hertz 187. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And at the end of the day, like I said, depending on how long you are refraining from something, depending on how long you detoxing and fasting, like it's not even gonna last that long, that phase. But that self-talk is important, man. You got to pull yourself through it, man, by talking to yourself, having that dialogue with yourself. That's important. That's important. That'll help push you through that part of the process. Mahogany Honey, peace. What's going on with you, Queen? Got the Queen in the building. Duncan Penderhughes, peace. What's going on with you? I'm trying to get through these comments, man, because it's mantra Monday, man. I ain't even started really telling y'all how powerful y'all are yet. Dominique, no doubt. We already know. That's breath. That's it. Yeah, Magic Rims. Yeah, the FBI was behind the assassination of Fred Hampton. They behind the assassination of a lot of people, you know. But that was an obvious case, and we're gonna break down what went on there. We're gonna break down what went on in that particular situation. They couldn't handle Fred, man. Young Fred Hampton had a lot of power, man, a lot of influence. Fungi, the best way, listen, the best way to, I'm gonna put that on the screen. Good question. I'm hoping it's in your book, Inner Mass, which I will get this week. If not, bro, how do I detox in order to remove toxins in my system? I stumbled and ate foolishness recently. I wish to detox. Best way that I recommend detoxing is like doing a raw food fast. So that's just raw fruits, raw veggies, nuts, seeds, and plenty of water. You can lightly cook the vegetables if need be, but that's the best way to detox for me. And that's what I recommend to everybody. I don't recommend going right into like a water fast. I recommend doing like a raw food fast for like 7 days or so, and just seeing how your body responds to that. Once you do that enough times, then you want to work your way up to doing 24-hour water fast. But you don't want to just walk right into like water fast, and that could be a little complicated. So I would say to work your way up to that, start off with a raw food fast. That'll work wonders for your body. Get you some fresh organic fruits and veggies, some nuts and seeds, plenty of water, and you will be good to roll. You will be good to roll. It's a lot of people that think they have exposed Tupac, but I can give you some information that lets you know what they think they exposed is incorrect. Trust me, I didn't did too much knowledge to Tupac. A lot of times people be saying some things for like some shock value, but I can break down Tupac to where it can debunk whoever you think it was that exposed him. Yeah, Justin, they did him crazy. They did all of them crazy for the most part, man. They did all our people's crazy, but that particular situation was beyond crazy. Yeah, Jay, no doubt. Called him while he was sleeping, all because of that little lame security guard, man. So that's why we got to be mindful of who we let in our inner circle, because they can be agents, man. Agents are sent here to get close to you, so you got to watch it, man. Somebody coming out of nowhere appearing to get close to you, man. You got to be mindful of that. You got to be mindful of that. Dizzy Peace, what's going on? Sweet Tea, what's going on with you? Man, this mug skipping over comments, man. They don't want me to answer y'all. They don't want me to answer y'all comments around here, man, or y'all questions. Dominique, no doubt. We're gonna put that up on the screen. No doubt, Dominique, like I said. Now listen, we can study what I would call the mainstream religions, but then you have the Gnostic version of all of those religions, basically the underground version of all of these religions. So when you go to Christianity, you have Gnostic Christianity. And when you start studying it on the underground level, they really telling you that you are God. Study the Gnostic version of all of these religions. We already know about Islam, man. We can study Sufism, and they letting you know the true power that's within you. So when you study these religions on the underground level, on the Gnostic level, they letting you know where the power resides, and it's within you. So that's why I tell a lot of people, man, a lot of people don't understand how deep Christianity can get on a Gnostic level. So you have the mainstream version of Christianity, and you have an underground version of Christianity that's actually building on some of the same stuff we be building on. Letting you know that God is within, letting you know about the power of just manifesting and things like that. So a lot of people don't know about those versions of the religions. Like those versions of the religions are quite deep. Funga, if you striving to eliminate toxic metals, spirulina and chlorella. Get you some spirulina and chlorella in powder form, and do you some fast with the spirulina or chlorella. You can use both. Matter of fact, I would say get them both, mix them up, put them in some water, and do like a 2 to 3 day fast, just on a gallon of the chlorella and spirulina. And they contain a lot of vitamins, essential vitamins and nutrients, and vitamins and minerals, I mean, the chlorella and spirulina. So you will be getting a lot of vitamins and minerals. So you just go 2 to 3 days just on the spirulina and chlorella powder, putting it in some water, putting like a tablespoon of that mixture in some water, drinking that gallon a day. That will expedite the process of removing the toxic metals from within you. King Grady, that's crazy. Like, they probably just they probably just chilling now. Yeah, Justin, I plan on watching American Skin here shortly. One day this week, most definitely. Tomorrow, oh yeah, Fred was way ahead of his time, man. Yeah. Chairman Fred was way ahead of his time. Hertz, journaling, mantras, that's all good. That's all great for manifesting. It's all good for it. All good for it. Yeah, Dominique, man, that Tupac, that's a whole nother video for me. Hertz 187 with the vitamin D and the B12. What I recommend for B12, get some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is real good for vitamin B12, man, and you can put that in like smoothies. Now, vitamin D is almost hard to get that from like a herb. If you're not getting the proper amount, like the proper sunlight, then you might have to just get you a supplement to get the proper amount of vitamin D, like a little vegan vitamin D supplement or a plant-based vitamin D supplement. But vitamin B12, you can get that via nutritional yeast. Now, you can get some vitamin D from like mushrooms. So if you find like some mushroom in powdered form, then it's a little bit of vitamin D in the mushroom, but it's not enough. So you want to make sure you're getting a lot of vitamin D in you, especially during this time. So you may just have to supplement vitamin D. And that don't matter how you eat. If you're in a cold climate, if you're in a cool climate to where you're not getting enough sunlight, then you may need to be taking the vitamin D supplement for the most part. D, I can tell you right now, you ain't even got to believe that. I can tell you right now. Answer is no, I have not. I have not. Dominique, no doubt. No doubt. Dizzy, from my understanding, regular mushrooms. Yeah, Justin Green, that Mary Ruth, yes. Vitamin D, B12. If you can get that, I recommend getting that Mary Ruth. Definitely recommend getting that. Dominique, no doubt. Like I said, don't even get me started on it. But something that I need to get started on right now, man, I might get into vent mode on y'all real quick because, again, Mantra Monday. So I need to let y'all know just how powerful y'all really are. And I need to let y'all know some things that y'all need to stop doing. So I think that y'all need to hear this. I think that's why, Dizzy, you got me on a joke. You hit me with my type of humor. You hit me with my type of humor. I thought you was legit serious. But yeah, so I think it's some things that y'all need to hear, which is why y'all tapped into a video that's entitled Mantra Monday. So again, I'm steadily letting y'all know that everything that you seek outside of yourself, you possess it within yourself. All right. So we got all of this greatness, all of these things, all of this power that we seek externally is laying dormant internally. All you have to do is basically give yourself permission to activate that greatness, to activate that inner power. But if you don't give yourself permission, you are relinquishing that power. And that's how they continue to have power over us, because they have given us a mainstream version of religions, which these religions lead us to praying to something that's outside of us, that's not even for us in the first place. So we giving their deities our energy. And we wonder why we have a hard time manifesting and activating that internal power, because we praying to deities that they have created for us, meaning they getting that energy. That energy is directed towards them because they have created the deities. So we got to know and understand what's going on every time we bow down and we pray to a mystery God that we didn't even create in the first place. They made the God in their image, and we praying to that God in their image, giving that God and giving them the energy. We got to stop doing that. Everything that you praying to that God for, man, you can activate internally and manifest it yourself without having to rely on some outside God that was given to you by some people who enslaved your ancestors. And they not even giving you the underground version of that particular religion, letting you know that the power is within you. This is what they know behind closed doors. When they close those doors and they start meeting and they start building and they start conversing, that's what they talking about. They know how to manifest and activate. They know that they don't necessarily have to be praying to something outside of themselves. They know that it's all internal. They know this, but they're not going to tell you that, because the moment we realize that on a collective level, we become that much more powerful. Hence why anytime somebody starts to preach that type of message to the people, they got to assassinate them. They got to assassinate them. They have got to keep us in that state to where we are seeking that power on the outside and we not turning it inward, looking within for that same power, because we all possess it. So we got to stop relinquishing that power. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that, man. Stop praying to these mystery gods, man. That's part of Mantra Monday. Stop giving your energy to a God that was given to you by your oppressor. You giving them all of that energy. You giving them all of that energy, whether you know it or not. We can talk about that on a quantum physics level. And a lot of people start to say things don't matter, but you got a bunch of pictures of a white Jesus in your crib. So when you sit down and you pray, when you pray to this God, whether you want to admit it or not, the image of it is white, because that's what you have accepted. So you giving them all of your energy. You giving these white folks your energy because you praying to that white deity. That's what you doing. When you come around me, I'm having pictures of Khalid Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Muhammad Ali, all that in the crib. I'm not giving my energy to them. So anytime I put out positive thoughts or I do that self-talk, which is that's all that praying is, I'm giving that energy to my people. I'm giving that energy to my people. That's how I'm activating that greatness. I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to myself. I'm not praying to some mystery God that they gave me, man. We got to stop doing that, man. It's almost impossible for us to manifest any form of freedom if we continue praying to their gods, man. It's impossible. It's impossible. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. That's on a metaphysical level. That's how they have a lot of power over us. That's how they have a lot of power over us on a metaphysical level. All right, so that's step number one in regards to just Mantra Monday. We got to stop giving our energy to external forces that do not benefit us. Got to stop doing that. You can do all the affirmations and all the mantras in the world, but at the end of the night, if you sitting down praying to some white mystery God, we gonna have a problem. Giving them all your energy. We got to stop doing that, man. We got to drop the white Jesus. We got to drop the mystery guys, man. We got to drop that, man. All that power that's within you. That's you. You are that. You are that in which you seek. That's you. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. They sold you a heaven and hell, and they instill fear in you. And that's really the only reason why you gravitate toward that stuff in the first place. Our ancestors back in the day were not that spooked out by these type of things, man. So we got to control the narrative. We got to control the narrative, man. We got to control the narrative. Jay, you already know, but you know, I don't really care nothing about starting anything. I'm all for it. What they say, I want all the smoke. Mahogany honey. Exactly. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. It only transforms. That's science. Science is letting you know. Science is letting you know that. Science is letting you know that energy can't be created nor destroyed. So death, that's why they call it transition. Transition. Going back to the essence is what we refer to it as. To me, death in and of itself is beautiful. It's necessary. It's required for life to keep on going. So I have no problem with death. So it's not something that I fear. Malcolm X said he living like a man that's already dead. That's the type of energy that I possess. I don't fear that. Magic realms, no doubt. And we got to stop making those silly excuses about why we choosing to worship what we worship. Do the knowledge to what you worshiping. You need to know the origins behind what you worshiping, because you don't know how that's affecting you on that energetic level, you know, on that metaphysical level, on that mental level. So you got to always do the knowledge to that in which you are worshiping. It makes no sense to worship something blindly just because somebody told you to do it. You got to know where you directing your energy, man. That is important. Andrew, peace, what's going on? Dizzy, and that's it. Listen, I'm gonna put Dizzy, I'm gonna put the comment on the screen, because Dizzy right here proves the point. Yo, I realize that more and more every day. All I do, I'm gonna look at that. All I do. So Dizzy, that's what you are doing. All I do at this point, use positive energy to move with the universe, internally and externally. Keywords, I. You realize that you are doing that. It's something that you are doing. It's nothing outside of you that's doing it. You are doing it. That's you demonstrating and exercising that power. Is that simple? You are doing that. You are putting in the work. You are in alignment with the universe. Jay, everything black. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. That's what it is. These children, it starts at that level, man. They need to study everything black. They need to get in tune with their culture, their heritage, their ancestors, everything black, man. They need to know about Khalid Muhammad. They need to know about Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jim, whoever, man. They need to know about these historical figures before they start knowing about these mainstream music artists and things of that nature. They should be able to break down what Malcolm X stood for before they be able to recite, since dude said Cardi B, before they are able to recite a Cardi B song. You know what I mean? So they need to be knowing the history behind their people. That black queen should know about Asada Shakur before she know about a Cardi B. Flat out, point blank, period. And I don't care how that sounds. I don't care how that sounds. They need to be in tune. They need to be in tune with those type of people first and foremost. Then everything can come after that. But they definitely need to have the knowledge on the great warriors that came before them, that fought for their freedom, that fought for their liberation, that fought for the cause. They need to know about these people first and foremost, man. So we got to continue to teach about these people. It may seem like it's not important, but we need to continue to teach people about Khalid Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. It may seem repetitive, but we got to do it. We got to make sure that this type of information is being passed down to future generations so we don't lose it. So we don't lose it. T Jizzle, it's Khalid Muhammad. So we got to make sure we teaching a proper history, man. We got to make sure we teaching them what's right and exact. What's right and exact, man. Teach, like you said, it's our story. We got to teach that first. Andronicus, peace, what's going on? So we got to do a better job of teaching our story. We got to quit letting them tell us our story. No, you know, that's why they call it his story. We got to stop listening to that, man. It's fabricated, full of lies. So we don't got time for that, man. We gotta educate our people. We gotta educate the babies. We gotta do a better job of that. But it's a lot of adults, man, that don't know the history behind Marcus Garvey. It's a lot of adults that don't know about Khalid Muhammad, what he stood for, his speeches. So we gotta, you know, it's some adults that gotta get get more well versed on some of the ancestors. So we just gotta keep teaching it. And I'm talking about teaching it on a Black America basis first. Then we're gonna get deeper than Black America. And we're going to start going to other countries with it. But we got to start, man, we not even well versed on our history here first. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. We not well versed on our history here first. We got people skipping our history here, that the stuff that we have done here going right over to Africa. Man, we got a lot of rich history here. We got people that we need to do the knowledge to that was here in America, man, that did great things. Man, so we don't need to skip this history. We don't need to skip this wonderful history. Deja giving us bits and pieces, man, and then just sprinkling in lies every day here and there, man, just tearing up our story. Yeah, Jay, I mean, and you got to do the knowledge too. It's the reason why you got the MLK Day and not the Malcolm Day. You give us a Malcolm Day, then the children are going to be like, well, who was Malcolm X? Now you forced to teach the kids about Malcolm X. So you know that's why they don't have a Malcolm X Day. You know that's why they don't have a Malcolm Day or a Garvey Day or a Black Panther Huey Newton Day. So we know that's why they don't have days like that. Because then when you have a day like that and the kids are from school and they like it's Malcolm X Day, who was Malcolm X? And now I'm teaching you who Malcolm X was and what he stood for. And then by default, I got to teach you about the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad. And I got to teach you about that rhetoric. And now that child is over. But they don't have no problem with me teaching you about Martin Luther King. And granted, again, I don't want to disrespect the man's on his day because he was coming into the truth right before he was assassinated, which is one of the reasons why they assassinated him. But they don't have a problem with us teaching you about Martin Luther King. They don't have a problem with that. But they have a problem if we have to teach the kids about Malcolm X, Garvey, and all the other people that I named and mentioned. They definitely will have a problem with that, man. So we know what it is. We know why they give certain people certain days. We know what's going on. We know the true agenda. like we already know. Yeah, Jay, no doubt. Yeah, the Detroit Red. They don't want y'all to see his transition because that's part of his story. That's part of the Malcolm X story that had changed lives. When you see how far Malcolm X came, and when you see what changed his life, Malcolm X was just like every other brother out in the street till he got locked up and came across message to the black man. So then when you start building on that story, then you got to break them down. What was in message to the black man? I don't know if you all have read that book, but I read that book right when I read Malcolm X read it. So you already know once you start building with that child about Malcolm X and his transition from Detroit Red to Malcolm X, you got to break down what inspired him to make the transition. What made him become a better man? He was influenced by the message to the black man. Then when you break down the message to the black man, I'm telling you, it's about to get real. So they do not want a child. They do not want the black baby coming across that type of information and that type of knowledge. They don't want the black baby becoming acquainted with that information, because they're gonna be inspired the same way. There's no way that you can do the knowledge to message to the black man and not come away inspired to become a better version of yourself. There's no possible way. When I read it, it had the same impact on me. I read it and said, this is crazy. This is a jewel. This is a jewel. Message to the black man is a jewel. Yeah, Dizzy, we already know. We already know, man. You attack the agenda, something happens to you. Jay Capers, man, that's what they was talking about when Sam Cooke got killed, man. They was talking about, I don't know if it was in his hotel room at the time, but they was talking about him having having some certain literature in his room. He was studying up on some things right before, he was assassinated. They was about to be too powerful, man. So they got rid, like they was about to be powerful. They was about to do some powerful things, man. So Sam Cooke got assassinated. Malcolm X, boom, he gets assassinated. So things just started happening. Justin, get on that book ASAP. Nero, no doubt. Like I said, the MK Ultra, it's all an experiment. So they got people good. But it's not as hard as we think it is to wake the people up. Hence why they put that in the COINTELPRO files. They don't want to see the rise of a black messiah. When you rise up and you start teaching these black people the truth, you can get their attention. And that's one thing that they fear. That's why they try to neutralize the information as heavy as they do. See, if they thought that all the power was in their mind control tactics and having us under mind control, if they really believed in it, then they wouldn't try to neutralize the truth like they do. They know at the end of the day, the truth is more powerful than any type of mind control experiment they can have us under. When that truth starts to come out by the right person, it's going to have an impact on the black masses. And they know that. It's going to override any mind control spell or experiment that they got us under. So we know what's up. We know what's up. Yeah, Mahogany, he was definitely about to do that. Sam Cooke was about to pop off the all black label. And A Change Gonna Come was only the beginning. That's his best song, man. And that was only the beginning. Sam Cooke was about to start doing work for his people. And they ain't like that. See, they wanted Sam Cooke to continue to do what he was doing. When Sam Cooke was like, you know what? I think I need to target my people a little bit more. I need to do more work with my people for my people. That's why Sam Cooke really was off, man. They're not going to talk about that, but that's why Sam Cooke was really assassinated, man. That's why what happened to Sam Cooke happened to him. Sam Cooke was about to start putting in work for his people and with his people. He was about to start doing that. And lo and behold, when you start doing that on that level, you guys to go. D chemtrails is real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do you one good. The COVID, coronavirus, that's a part of chemtrails. They didn't put that in the air on us. That's how some of the people are out here getting this virus, and they all mask up and they swear they don't, leave their house, but they go get the mail and stuff like that. Man, they putting this stuff in the air, and they might be putting it in the food too. Yeah, Jay, no doubt. And we know when the mafia kills somebody, we know who is funding the mafia. Man, I got a book about that. I got a book about the relationship between the mafia, the Vatican, and the CIA. So like the Pope, the mafia, and the CIA. I got a whole book on that relationship, that triangle. I might break that down, but I got a whole book on the mafia, the CIA, the Vatican, aka the Pope. Breaking down that relationship, man. They just be all working with each other. Stuff be deep out here, man. Y'all don't know who all connected out here. Y'all don't know who all connected to some things out here, man. The Pope, aka the Vatican. Y'all know how wicked the Vatican is. CIA and the mafia. Yeah, Justin, definitely check that out. Dizzy asked the best question, man. This is a question I used to always come across when I started doing the knowledge to Elijah Muhammad. So even though Malcolm allegedly exposed Elijah Muhammad for his flaws, should we still protect him or call him and others like him out for the better of our people? Malcolm didn't even necessarily call him out, man. Elijah actually admitted to what he kind of did. So with that being said, I mean, everybody is subject to scrutiny and being criticized. So everybody is subject to that. So I don't have any problem with calling him out for what he did. When I was doing the knowledge to him, I would be lying if I said his message didn't resonate with me and didn't help me become a better person. Now, of course, he most definitely is with flaws. And that was my criticism of the NOI. They would defend Elijah to the point where it's like they acted like my brother could do no wrong and did no wrong. That's false. So when you start moving like that, I have a problem with you. That's one of the reasons why I didn't gravitate toward the Nation of Islam, yet I was reading all the material from the Nation of Islam, and I ended up as a 5%er. One of the main reasons why I didn't gravitate toward the Nation of Islam is because of how blind I felt the Muslims were to some of the things that Elijah did. It was like they were sweeping under the rug. And then also they acted like they could not have any love for Malcolm. So I had a problem with that. So Elijah definitely had his flaws. But when I study his work, I'm looking at the message, and I'm not necessarily so focused on the messenger because I'm taking the best parts of the message. And at the end of the day, the brother put out some great work, some great material. But yeah, he definitely did what he did, and he gave his reasons as to why he did what he did. And I felt like Malcolm at that point, it kind of hurt his feelings, man, because again, this is somebody that was responsible for your transition. And to find out that he was flawed, it hurt. Because again, Malcolm even admits to just kind of being blind to a lot of things, man, just under his leadership, you know. So it was like when you realize a person that you've been looking up to is a little bit flawed, man, or flawed, it hurts you. It hurts you. But at the end of the day, that's humanity. That's humanity, man. All of us are flawed. All of us are flawed, man. So all of us have our situations in life, man, that we're not necessarily proud of. But I do have a problem, man. I have a problem with a lot of organized religions. I have a problem when I see the leader of the congregation living in a fancy house in a white neighborhood, you know, and his congregation is not in that same type of position. I also have a problem when I feel like you're not teaching your followers the actual truth. See, the lessons that we study, which is, you know, if y'all don't know anything about the father, which is what we call him, Clarence 13X, he actually came from the Nation of Islam, and he took the lessons and started teaching them the way that they really should have been taught or should be taught, letting you know that God is within yourself. There is no mystery God. But I feel like one of the reasons why Elijah now was teaching it the way that they taught it is because of control and power. So I mean, just think about what I'm saying. If I can convince you that there is a mystery God, and then I refer to myself as the messenger, and in order to get to this mystery God, you got to listen to me because I'm the messenger. This mystery God is speaking through me. Just think of all the power I'm going to have, opposed to me saying that God is within you. I have just given up my power. I have given up my power when I tell you I'm no longer really the messenger, that we all the messenger. We all the messenger. That's something that needs to be taught, but he was not teaching it. And that's why Clarence 13X said, "No, that ain't what these lessons are saying. That's not what the lessons are saying." So they added that spooky element to it, And I feel like that was the reason why they did it. That's my only beef with what Elijah Muhammad was teaching. King Grady, I already went through 120. Yeah, I had the lessons on cap some years ago. So I knowledge, as we call it, I knowledge 120 some years ago. So yeah, I ain't just, I don't just talk the 5% lingo. I done went through the lessons and all. Oh, Jay, no doubt. Yeah, he loved that man. And just to find out the man was flawed, that hurt him. Yeah, Montel, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's not a justification, but at the end of the day, that it is what it is. We all flawed. Again, take the best part from the message, though. King Grady, not to my knowledge, I haven't built with any brothers within the nation in a minute. So yeah, to my knowledge, they don't be well versed on those lessons like that. And even then, like even the people that was in the nation, like they don't be really knowing the lessons like that for the most part. Dizzy, no doubt. And the thing about that, what you say about young Pharaoh, but this the thing I have about that. This thing I had to say about that. Now, what if somebody comes out and calls him out on his flaws? You know what I mean? So that's why I say like it's a time and a place for everything, because we all flawed. How would he like it if somebody just focused on his flaws? You know what I mean? So like he wouldn't appreciate that, and he would be doing what? Defending himself. So like we all subject to error and we all subject to scrutiny. So I'm not perfect neither. So I feel some type of way if everybody just focused on my flaws and everybody just focused on the bad things that I did. So that's, to me, that's not really righteous and right and exact, because we all have things to where we did that we not proud of. And if somebody just focused on them, we'd be the main ones crying about it. We'd be the main ones crying about it. If somebody just took the worst part of our lives and just highlighted it, we'd be crying. So why do we do that to somebody else? That's why I have the perspective that I have in regards to that, because I know I did some dirt, and I would not like it if somebody just highlighted the dirt that I did, the negative aspects of myself. I want them to kind of balance that out. So that's one reason why I move the way that I move. So I don't necessarily believe that it's fair to be like, oh, he did this. What about the great things that he did? I mean, you can't take away the fact that he influenced a whole nation of men and women to become better versions of themselves. We can't take that away from. We can't take that away from. So that's my whole thing with that, man. I mean, we all got some little flaws, and again, if somebody just focused on our flaws, we'll be ready to fight. And I know that brother would be ready to fight, because I have seen people come at him and he be ready to square up with them. So it's like, dude, but you do the same thing to people, and then call the people out. Like he would talk about the Nation of Islam, and then talk about the people responding to it, like the Muslims responding to it, talking about they emotional. But it's like you would do the same thing if somebody attacked them. So I've seen it. So it's like, to me, that's hypocritical. Like, to me, that's hypocritical, man. If I'm gonna be calling people out, I gotta respond and react a certain way when people call me out on my BS. Because guess what? I'm gonna do some BS. Man. I ain't gonna act like I'm 100% righteous, man. Some things might, like, I'm just gonna do some BS. I'm gonna slip up, but I'm gonna hold myself accountable. For it, man. I'm not gonna get in my feelings. If you call me out on some nonsense and I look back and analyze and I realize it was nonsense, then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna alter that. But the moment I get riled up when you call me out on some nonsense, that for one, that implies that I'm guilty. That implies that I'm guilty. When you get all riled up and emotional when somebody calls you out on something pertaining to you, that means you're guilty. That means you're guilty of whatever it is that they calling you out on. So at the end of the day, man, I got to look at things objectively, man. If somebody calling me out on something, it's a reason why they doing it. I got to gain an understanding as to why they may be calling me out on whatever it is that they calling me out on. So I got to step back and I got to look at the situation from their perspective. And that may help me correctly, analyze myself in a correct fashion, and then make changes and alterations based off of that assessment. And that's going to help me become a better person. Yeah, Snuggle 668, and that's another part of the equation that a lot of people don't build on as well. Now I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read this wonderful comment here. It seems like the problem is not with the minister, but the problem was with Malcolm and not realizing he was human. He did not give him a chance for a human experience. I think that is what confused him. And that's one of the reasons why I never look up to somebody that highly, to the point where I think that that person is above error. That's why I never worship the ground anybody walks on, because you make that mistake. And that's what Malcolm did. Like, he found out that Elijah was human. It was like, man, you ain't had no reason to not believe that, you know. And once he found out that Elijah was human, that broke him down. But he was looking at Elijah in an unrealistic lens, and rightfully so, because he believed he was responsible for changing his entire life around. But he was looking at Elijah. He was worshiping Elijah through that unrealistic lens. That's why I'm worshiping no man, because you're going to look at him through that unrealistic lens, and you're going to think that that person is above error. You're going to become attached to that person. You're going to look at that person as godly. You worshiping the ground that they walk on. So when they commit an error or a mistake, you like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think you was capable of doing that. No, they capable of bleeding. They bleed just like you bleed. D Monty, peace. What's going on? Oh, Dizzy, no doubt. And like I said, I don't really have any problems with the young brother. I just have seen that brother not be able to control himself, like, emotionally, when people come at him. But he comes at a lot of people. So his to me, man, his demeanor when people come at him can afford to be worked on. That's all I got to say about young Pharaoh, man. It's just his whole demeanor, because you dish out a lot. So when the stuff starts to come back to you, that should be expected, because that's karma. So you need to be able to handle it better. And that's one of the problems that I've had with him, man. When people come at him, man, the dude gets so riled up, it's uncontrollable. But you talking all this metaphysics and all this spiritual stuff, man, you need to be able to better control your emotions and your responses to when people come at you. Somebody come at me, I'm liable to be sitting on this stream laughing. But hey, like I said, sometimes I even slip up in that department. But I try to keep it cool, calm, and collected, especially if I know that whatever it is doesn't really pertain to me and is false. Snuggles, man, appreciate that donation. Appreciate the donation. Yeah, D Monty, and that's one reason why I just rock with, what I rock with, man, because we ain't got no leaders per se. But it definitely creates that God complex, man. And Elijah Muhammad, then when you call yourself the messenger, and when you got your people believing that you're the direct contact that they will have with the so-called Most High, then they finna look at you like you high and mighty and you above error. I don't look at nobody like that, man. Elijah Muhammad was just like me. Just like me. Yeah, Nero, no doubt. And that's all that it was, really. King Grady, man, King Grady asked about, what do you think of Dr. Umar Johnson and his school fundraiser situation? Man, I was on the fence. I was trying to ride so hard for Umar Johnson, yo. When everybody was abandoning the brother, talking bad about the brother, man, I was defending him. I was like, man, y'all don't know, man. This might be legit. Dude is sincere. I still rock with a lot of his information. But on an individual personality level, his personality just rubs me the wrong way. Now, his information, when he talking about the black boys and the psychology aspect behind it, I rock with that information. But his personality, his delivery, his approach, man, it rubs me the wrong way, man. And I was blind to it for a minute, because I was just trying. I don't really like to beat my brothers down, man. I don't like to gang up on a brother. But my goodness, Umar started making it hard for me to defend him. When he got on Lord, this what shifted my perspective. When he got on Lord Jamar's podcast, man, that whole situation, I was like, man, Umar looking bad. Umar was looking, that right there is what kind of did it for me, man. Umar was looking bad with Lord Jamar, man. I couldn't take that. That's right there is when I said, man, that's it, man. I hope the dude builds the school. I hope the school turns out to be the greatest school in the world, man. But his personality, he needs to do some work internally. I feel like the brother got like some mental health issues, man. He really needs to get himself together internally. Like he needs to sit down. When we talk about emptying the mind, like Umar needs to really embrace meditation and just emptying his mind, man. He needs to take some time off and just deal with himself and get himself together. For real, man, I actually am concerned about that brother, for real. Like his mental is not all the way right, man. For him to be reacting the way that he reacts to simple things, something is wrong, man. And I be feeling bad for the brother sometimes. Oh, Montel, no doubt, man. No doubt. There we go. Hey, that's why I just respect, honor, and take best part of my own life. That's all you can do. Yeah, Justin, and that's that. Yeah, dude be tripping. He tripping a lot of times, man. So I be like, man, yo, dude, the young bull need to chill. I feel like the young bull just be needing some guidance from the elders, man. The OGs really need to be on dude, man. But it is what it is. Yeah, Nero, no doubt about that. That's one of the main reasons. And we're going to put that up on the screen too. No wonder I was always introverted, because being around others is not the influence you need for bettering your life. For the most part, you know, when you start getting a little bit older, like you able to choose your inner circle a little bit more wisely, so you can choose to hang around righteous people. But when you younger, man, listen, when you younger, man, kids ruthless, and they under the influence of these toxic parents. Man, so a lot of times, man, you just growing up around that toxic environment, man, because these toxic parents are passing that energy down to these kids, and these kids going to these schools and they dishing out that toxic energy. So, man, I mean, for the most part, that's why I stay to myself a lot, man. I ain't want to interact with a lot of kids like that, man. I'd rather sit in the crib, stay to myself. It was a lot of toxicity going on out there, man, and peer pressure is a real thing. When you start saying no too many times to people, man, it's like it rubs in the wrong way, and that starts at childhood. So I was just like, man, I ain't got time to be around these negative influences, man, because I'm gonna end up one day caving under this peer pressure, because that peer pressure is real. So I'm like, the best way to avoid it, man, stay to myself. Mahogany honey, or take the seed, leave the hole for us trying to be vegan. Most definitely, no doubt. Leave it for us vegans, man. You gotta look out for the vegans. D Monty, like I said, I rock with him, but my thing of it is with that, the only thing I got to say about that one is just the fact that you do dish it out. You dish it out, so you must expect. And the only reason I'm saying that, at some point we gotta go beyond the he's young stage, because at 20, 19, 18, I'm knowing better than to respond the way that he responds to certain things. If you talking about Minister Farrakhan, and it ain't like he lacks the knowledge in regards to the Nation of Islam. You know the type of army that's coming behind Minister Farrakhan. What are you getting your feelings for because you attack Minister Farrakhan? You attack the Nation of Islam. You know how these brothers ride for the Nation of Islam. You know, and that's just one aspect of it. You dishing things out there, man. You attacking something where it hurts. And you haven't even really indulged in that lifestyle for real. So you never were a Muslim. So when you start attacking a lifestyle that people feel like you have never lived, they're going to have a problem with it. They're going to have a problem with it. And I can understand that. So that's why I try not to speak on things I don't really have a experience with. Now, granted, we can do the information. We can get the information. We can gather a lot of information, and we can call ourselves exposing certain things and certain people. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a lot of respectable people that came out of the Nation of Islam. And that nation in and of itself has done a lot of powerful and positive things for our people. And I felt like when he was breaking them down, trying to expose them, he overlooked that and didn't necessarily focus on both sides of it. So it's like sometimes we get so caught up in exposing our own that we don't even pay attention to the positives. So that's why I was not quick to shoot down Umar Johnson. Because I was like, man, Umar, his information has helped a lot of people. So I was just looking at him on a personality level. I'm like, man, your personality affords some work. So at the end of the day, we being young, but like if we're not willing to do that work while we're young, then we look up, we get old, and we get stuck in those ways. You know, that's why somebody like Umar didn't reach the age that he's at, and he has the personality that he has. So like at some point when you're looking at these folks when they're younger, like you see them 20 years from now, man, a lot of them people still the same. So it's like, man, the approach, man, could be a lot different. And I feel like that's a fair assessment and a fair criticism for him. Rayshawn Harrell, Tariq Nasheed, man, I ain't fooled with that dude in a minute, man. I ain't fooled with that. It's just something about that dude that rubbed me the wrong way. I just ain't never really rocked with him, just personally. There's just something about that dude that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, so I really never really rocked with him like that. It's just something about him that always rubbed me the wrong way. Walker 4:4, we don't necessarily believe in the Bible, but we study everything. One of the ways we break down Islam in the 5% Nation is I study life around me. But we study people within the 5% that have read the Bible, the Quran, everything. Like we studying all of that. I got a Bible and a Quran on me. Jesus is in our lessons. Our 120 lessons that we study, Jesus is in those lessons, and people don't know that. But it ain't necessarily something that we believe in. Again, we understand that it's a parable. We understand it's an allegory meant to convey a message. And we take what we call the best part from that message, from that story, from that allegory. But we don't necessarily believe in the Bible. You're not about to see a bunch of 5%ers going around and tell you in the Bible it says like we believe in it. We're gonna study the Bible, we're gonna study the Quran so we can know what's in the text. And we're gonna utilize the information that we gather from those holy books to let you know what your religion is really teaching you. It's teaching you no different than what we saying because it's right here in the holy book. So that's why we use the holy books. Demond Brown, you say why was Malcolm why was Malcolm killed by the brothers? For one, the brothers was a cohesive effort here. So it wasn't just Malcolm X being murdered by his own. Best believe there was an unseen hand. There was an unseen hand that played a role in that. FBI, government, CIA, whatever you want to call them. So it was not just the brothers. It was not just the Nation of Islam that was behind it. They were definitely paid off. They were definitely paid off. So it wasn't just the brothers, man. But I mean, really, the reason why a lot of people say Farrakhan was really behind it, the murder of Malcolm. Like, I don't really like to get too deep into it because this is one of those situations where it tends to rile people up and people look at this at an emotional level because you got three types of, well, you really got two types of people. You got people that love Malcolm X and don't care for Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad. Then you have my people who love Minister Farrakhan and love Elijah Muhammad, but cannot stand Malcolm and feel like Malcolm betrayed him. So you had those two groups of people. So when this debate or when this subject comes up, it's a lot of emotions behind it in regards to who we feel like was in on it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I can tell you for a fact, the FBI and all them boys were definitely in on it, and it was not just the brothers as you call them. It was definitely some FBI involvement in it. Oh yeah, Mahogany Honey, man, yeah, me, Umar, that situation with Lord Jamar was crazy. D Monty, no doubt. But then even with that, we all subject to criticism, and we all can afford to better ourselves, and we all can afford to change our approach and change our demeanor. So we can all afford to do that. We can all afford to do things differently, man, because we definitely are a work in progress. No matter what truth we think we spitting, we all subject to criticism. We all subject to being corrected, and we all subject to listening to the other side. So if I'm gonna criticize, this one thing I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna criticize some Muslims, I'm gonna make sure I talk to some too, so I can get their perspective on it as well. You know, so we all subject to that, man. We also need to play both sides as well. Because sometimes I feel like the way that we be so quick to expose our own, I feel like we playing right into the hands of what we call the devils. Like it's too much exposing that we must do on that end. in regards to us being so focused on exposing one another. I mean, at the end of the day, that has its place, but I feel like we overly focus on exposing one another and we don't overly focus on exposing them. You know what I mean? So we need to be more overly focused on exposing them opposed to exposing one another. Ananias, man, he definitely needs some type of mental health, most definitely. Dizzy, good question. So Dizzy says, so how do we operate at this point? Worry about ourselves or keep in mind we all we got? I think it's a little bit of both. What needs to happen? The people, those of us that know, like those of us that have this so-called knowledge of self, I feel like we need to start coming together more collectively and building. Like I feel like that needs to happen a lot more. So those of us that know, those of us that have this knowledge, those of us that are motivated by the knowledge, we need to do something with that motivation. So we need to come together a lot more and build. So I feel like that is of utmost importance for us to start coming together. For the most part, the brother, like those of us that have a lot of this knowledge, we just do a lot of talking, you know? So we need to really come together and just start building. I think that's the next step. Those of us that know, those of us that are in the know, those of us that are motivated by those that know, are motivated by the knowledge and information. We need to come together more in the physical and start building. Because like you said, at the end of the day, we all we got. When things pop off, we gonna have to have each other's backs. Yeah, nice. I've heard that about him. Yeah, Montel, man. I feel like if I was to ever meet Umar in person and have a conversation with him, it wouldn't go too good. That's what I got to say about that. Yeah, Magic Realm. See, I wasn't in all that. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I got suspended one time in school for fighting. Guess who I fought? I fought a white boy. So that lets you know that this always been in my blood. I got suspended one time in the 6th grade for fighting, and I fought a white boy. I was the president of the school, and I got suspended for fighting a white boy. So I done been about this life subconsciously. That's the only time I ever got suspended for fighting. I fought a white boy, jumped on him. I don't even know what he did, man. I just jumped on him. I don't know what dude said. I don't know what dude did, man. But I know next thing I know, I just jumped on his head. So I don't know what was going on. But that was the first time, the only time I ever got suspended for fight. So I was never out here fighting my own kind, man. So that never appealed to me. I was always, and plus I was just always cool. I was always cool with everybody from like all different neighborhoods, all different little gangs and all that little stuff, man. So I was always cool with a few people from everywhere. So I was just cool everywhere that I went, man. I was one of those dudes. Well, I got in one fight, white boy, jumped on him. One fight in school, man, just jumped on him. But that don't mean you finna try to run up on me though. Because best believe we, don't get that twisted. Now we had little neighborhood fights, but I'm talking about being suspended from school. I got suspended from school one time for fighting, and that was with a white boy. That's crazy. Yeah, Nero, peer pressure is crazy. That's why I just try to stay away from it. Well, now I can handle it, but back then, it's ridiculous. Back then, back then it was crazy. When you a child, that peer pressure is heavy. Montel, man, David Banner is underrated. David Banner, man, you already know how he came into the game and the content of his music, man. And that man made a shift, man, and he let you know about his transgressions and his flaws and all of that. Yeah, Mahogany dropped some info on us. It's a lot us females have to decipher. However, I feel it's harder for men, as society is a bit more forgiving to us, in my humble opinion. Mahogany, I'm glad you said it, and I didn't. Because if I would have said that, then I would have been crucified. You see this behind me? Imagine this being a cross. I would have got crucified on that cross had I said that. Had I said society is a bit more forgiving to to black women than to black men. I would have been crucified on this cross that would be behind me. Just imagine that cross. I would have been crucified on it. If I would have said that, Tavon, peace, what's going on? Oh, Jay, yep, they was in that ballroom. Like I said, the feds was in on it. You best believe. You best believe when something happened to our own like that, the feds in on it. They love to be in on that type of stuff. Ain't Grady, that not no for real, like straight up. I think I heard something about that though. People not saying anything. I think I heard about that too. All right, D Monty, what you say? We need a people who can work with people that they don't like. It seems like we the only ones who need to work with people we like. Man, listen, and I'm all for it, man. And that's what I tell people all the time. I pretty much do a lot of my work with people who I don't agree with. Oh, Tavon, no doubt, no doubt. And Dizzy, like, like I said, man, you know, don't confuse the criticism for like me not liking the brother. It's just like I said, I feel like the brother need to balance it out sometimes, man. Like, chill out, bro. You know, calm down. I feel like that dude just really need to get like I got the guidance from an OG. We in the 5%, we got enlighteners. So I got an OG that let me know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you doing this, that, and the third. He has actually been on this stream a few times. So we got enlighteners, man. So all of us, man, we can afford to have that OG looking out for us, man. What they call a mentor type deal. You know, so I feel like at times, man, we just need to step back as young OGs, listen to the OG sometime, man. They can give us some good game. So sometimes we act a little stubborn as young bulls. So, you know, I humbled myself early when I came into the culture. I thought I knew some things, man, and they was dropping game on me. So I knew at that point in time, I didn't know nothing. And, you know, I had a lot to learn. So I soaked up a lot of game from the OGs. Of course, the OGs that's in certain cultures that's dropping certain information. I ain't finna just listen to the OG that's telling me to sell myself out now. Gerald King, man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm all for that mutual respect, man. Like I said, y'all not really gonna see me tearing down another brother. I really don't like to do it. Sometimes that's to my fault. I be trying to give brothers the benefit of the doubt. I try to give sisters the benefit of the doubt. I really be trying to see the best in my people. I do that to a fault sometimes, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm all for the unification and the upliftment of my people, man. I want to see us reclaim our glory, man. That's all that I'm after. That's all I'm after. So I don't have time to partake in this fake war between black men and black women and all of this type of stuff. The fake war between black men and black men. You know, I ain't got time to be participating in that. I control the narrative, man. So I ain't got to participate in that if I don't want to. Snuggle 668, put that on the screen. Yeah. The reason why it's easy to expose each other is because of the fear of the one who everyone says is creating a whole mess. People are afraid of the actual enemy, so it's easy to look at each other. No doubt, most definitely. 100% agree. 100%. Oh, D Monty, no doubt. No doubt. I definitely don't have no problem with that. Like I said, I'm always chopping it up with people who I don't necessarily agree with. As far as the not liking the people, it depends on the person who I don't like, man. Because if you one of the people that didn't like betray me at some point, I ain't working with you. I don't trust you. So it's you know. So if it's one of the people that I don't like because I don't trust them, I ain't working with them. That's how you end up in a bad situation. But if I don't like you simply because you got a different perspective than me, then no, that's crazy. I don't dislike anybody that has a different perspective. Lil, what's going on, my brother? Nice, and I definitely agree with that. We need our own. We need to get back to it, but then we need our own militaries to protect them. Yeah, Jay, man. I don't know what it was, man. It must have been my ancestors, man. I jumped on that white boy something terrible. Like I said, man, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what that dude said, man. I just jumped on him. I jumped on him. And I was the president. Imagine that, the president of the school jumping on the white boy. Daryl, that's definitely a good suggestion. Begin by organizing Black business owners locally to market as a single entity. No doubt. I like that. Oh yeah, D Monty, definitely lose faith in the subconsciously. That definitely happens. Yeah, Justin, that's a sensitive subject, man. When you say anything about, and that's what, because I really try to be mindful in regards to what I say, because I can't come off as that type of person. But apparently I still come off as that type of person, man. You know, toxic masculinity. Apparently I still give off that vibe. Don't know how, just don't know how somebody can watch my videos, listen to what I'm saying, and say that I am an example of toxic masculinity. Do not understand that one. But apparently some people have said that. But that's why I try to be real mindful in regards to what I say about Black women, because again, definitely don't have much negative to say about them. I have my criticism for both the Black men and Black women. So I try to be real mindful in regards to how I choose my words and describing some of the faults of my sisters. Snuggle 668, again, 100% in agreement with that. Once the protector is gone, see, that's when they infiltrate. B Monty, for me being in the culture, I have no knowledge of him getting the knowledge from the 5%. And we would know that information because we know even some of these entertainers, like these rappers and athletes who claim to be down with it, we know, like, nah, this culture is like small to where we would know, like, because we'd be able to tell you who taught him, who he was getting the knowledge from. If anything, young Pharaoh only got the information about the 5% via online. He didn't speak with anybody directly. He didn't talk to anybody that was in the culture and get the information from them based off of my knowledge. And like I said, we build on that type of stuff. We know if somebody that came across an enlightener. So he probably looked us up online, got the information online, like a lot of people were doing. So a lot of people look up stuff about the nation of gods and earths online and never build with anybody directly and don't walk through the lessons directly and think that they have an understanding of the culture by looking us up online. I can tell you off the rip, this is one culture that you can't do that with, because that's how I started off. I was trying to do the knowledge online, but I didn't get the best understanding until I started building with the people within the culture. And that's what leads to a lot of misunderstandings within the 5% nation of gods and earths. A lot of people just look stuff up online, take it on face value, don't build with an actual 5%er or a God or an earth, as we call ourselves. Oh, Funge, you want to know the book about the Vatican and the mafia, the mafia book? Let me grab it for you. Let me get it. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So Funge, the name of the book. Hold on. Let me get. No, this ain't it. Hold on. Let me get the name of that book for you. Because I want to give you the whole title of that joint. All right. So the book, Funge, is called Operation Gladio, the unholy alliance between the Vatican, the CIA, and the mafia. So again, Funge, the name of the book, Operation Gladio, the unholy alliance between the Vatican, the CIA, and the mafia. That book is a jewel. Father Ja, peace. What's going on? Mahogany Honey, going in on it. Again, better you than me. Because if I say that, I'm on the cross. And I ain't trying to be on the cross. I am not trying to be on it. I don't want smoke with my sisters. That's the last smoke that I want. I don't want it. I do not want the smoke from the black women. That's just not smoke I want. I'm sorry. I don't want it. I don't want that smoke. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. That's not something I don't know if you black men can, but that's not some smoke that you want, man. You really don't want the smoke from the black women. Reefman, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, mahogany playing right into the hands of the man, as we say. The job, most definitely appreciate you. Yeah, nice. I'm not working with I'm not working with traders, man. Not doing it. Tavon, I say this all the time, you know. Instead of blaming the white man, just acknowledge his role. Once you acknowledge his role, now you understand his role. Once you understand his role, then you know how to maneuver within this system because you know and understand his role. But we don't necessarily have to continue to blame him for our condition. Just acknowledge the role that he has played, and we move according to that. Yeah, Master Tool, Black Wall Street. But then with the Black Wall Street, we need to make sure we can defend and protect it. So we need to get the military. D Monty, that centralized crypto. Man, we need our own form of currency, no doubt. Michelle, peace, Queen, what's going on? Roddy Moe, man. Woo, you said rotate the money. Yeah, man, I've been talking about when I read Amos Wilson, a Blueprint to Black Power. That's when he presented that method to me. That's when I first came across it. And I'm like, man, we really need to do that. We really need to do that. Like, we really need to practice that. We really need to get people together, put money in a pot, and rotate that pot to where we can fund each other's business endeavors instead of having to rely on banks, credit unions, and all that. We can be funding our own. We can be funding our own empires out here, man. But we just not, man. We go run into the banks, go run into the credit unions, man. We should be able to build all these things amongst each other. Oh, Dizzy, I'm gonna always stand on that. Always. Nero, appreciate you. Yeah, Nero. I mean, not only can majority of the women not accept the truth, but man, a lot of men can't accept the truth when it comes to certain things as well. So I always got to balance it out. So a lot of time, man, a lot of us are just in denial, period, when it comes to certain aspects of ourselves. Lindell, I'm all for segregation and separation. I love it. Roddy Moe, yeah, I'm a woo, yeah, yep. I mean, that's some things I've heard. Yeah, Daryl, and that's what I was like, man. Somebody listened to me and called me they said this was toxic masculinity. What are you talking about? But I already know the science behind that. Anytime you a black man and you are like a strong black man and you stand on being a man, like it's gonna get called toxic masculinity. So if I'm going around telling you things that a man should do or that things that a man does, they gonna call that toxic masculinity. I didn't say anything offensive. I didn't say anything negative, but they're gonna be like, since you said something about being a man, a strong black man, that's toxic all of a sudden. Dizzy, no doubt. And that's something that I always talk about. That's something that we always talk about. I mean, that's just how it should be. I need her, she need me. I mean, that's just how I look at it. So that's why I don't really that's why I don't really start talking so crazy about black women, because I know at the end of the day, I need a black woman. So I'm not finna sit here and just bash her all day because I need her. So what good is that finna do for me? I'm bashing something, talking bad about something all day that I know I need. I can't get down like that. I know at the end of the day, I'm talking all this noise about you, but I need you. Alrighty, Mo, no doubt, man. I appreciate you tapping in, man. You definitely got it, man. You gonna get it. Whatever it is that you striving to manifest and do, man, you got it. Justin, yeah, that story, that's an under the radar story too. The little Africa, man, like move and all that. Like, man, that stuff, man, that's a story that needs to be told a lot more. Yeah, Nero, no doubt. Like I said, I always supply that other side to it, man. So just a lot of us just really can't handle the truth. Like I said, on all type of aspects of our lives, whether it be health, whether it be personality traits, whether it be like the financial aspect of our lives. So like a lot of us just can't handle the truth in a lot of different aspects of our lives, man. So you may be able to handle the truth in one aspect of your life, but then the next aspect of your life, you can't handle that truth. Dizzy, no doubt. Need you more than I don't need you. You already know. Daryl King, and that at the end of the day, that's why I don't contribute to the nonsense. That's why I don't contribute to the nonsense, because at the end of the day, I know that I need my sisters, man. I know that, and this is bigger than a relationship. Like, this is bigger than me saying that I just need a black woman to be in a relationship with. No, I need my sisters, period. Like, I need my sisters to rock out and roll with me, period, just outside of a relationship. So, like, I need my sisters on all levels. I need my sisters on all levels. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand that. We think we just saying we need the black woman in regards to being in a relationship with her, procreating with her. No, I need that. I need that support from my sisters, man. Man, you ain't got no support until you got that black woman behind you. A group of black women behind you. Man, listen. Get a group of black women behind you. Man, you gonna be all right. And you might be more protected than Farrakhan. Listen, beautiful goddess Keys, peace. What's going on, man? You get a bunch of sisters to look out for you, man. Y'all think Farrakhan protected and can't be touched, man? Get a bunch of sisters to look out for you. Ain't nobody touching you. Like that, like ain't nobody touching you. Now, granted, you also got to watch them, because people can be tampered with, even the black women, because that's how Marcus Garvey ended up in his situation. His secretary ended up selling him out type deal. So you got to watch them as well. But man, like, listen, I need the support from my sisters, and I need the support from my brothers. Roddy Mo saying, Carl's my dude. I got his book, so most definitely, I know all about that. Montel, man, I'm telling you, they underrated. They underrated because this little false war has been created. So that's why they tend to be underrated and underappreciated in my eyes. In my eyes, I feel like black women are becoming unappreciated out here in regards to their significance and things of that nature. And I'm talking about outside of them talking good things about us. I'm just talking about the black woman in general. I'm talking about the black woman in general just not being appreciated because this fake war has been created. So instead of us really appreciating the black woman, we at odds with her. We trying to figure out why we keep running into no good black women and things of that nature. So I'm like, man, y'all really need to sit down, do the knowledge to and examine that black woman. You ain't finna get nothing greater come into your life than that. Dizzy, no doubt. So that's all I'm saying with unification, unity. I'm looking at unity like that, man. We got to come together on that level collectively. We need each other. So that's just how it is, and that's just what it is. That's how it is, and that's what it is. I understand some of you brothers that been through some situations in regards to relationships with these sisters and vice versa. I've been in the same situations that y'all have been in. I have witnessed some of the same things, if not worse, than y'all have witnessed. But I'm not ever giving up on my sisters, man. I can tell y'all that for an actual fact. I'm going to tell y'all that actual fact. And I done seen some things. I done been through some things. But I'm not giving up on that sister, man. No matter what I have seen, no matter what I have witnessed and experienced, Never will I give up. Never will I give up, man, because like I said, the people that have had my back the most in life have been black women. So that's my experience. That's my experience, yo. Yeah, Justin, no doubt. Man, just look at the church, you know. Just look at the church. Man, go look at them ushers. Them women, man, I know y'all done been to the black church. Them strong ushers, man. Them women that be ushers, man, you can't get through that door when they put that arm out. Listen, you get a gang of them to protect you, you good. You good. Dizzy, damn, man, do that video. You already know Queen Latifah talked about it. UNITY. That's a unity. Queen Latifah gave them the anthem. But again, we'd rather be out here listening to the, listening to the nonsense that we listening to, man. The black women need to go back to the roots, man. Go back to that Queen Latifah when she dropped that unity, that UNITY on you. That should be the anthem. That should be your anthem, man. Y'all should play that every day. You know what I mean? Y'all should play that every day. That song should never die out. Exactly. To abandon them is to abandon self. That's how I see it. Zucko, no doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. I'm always go to bat for them. Listen, I'm always go to bat for them because I didn't see them go to bat for me. So I'm always go to bat for them. I didn't see them go to bat for me when some brothers wasn't trying to go to bat for me. You know what I mean? It had been situations where the black woman, man, had what they call listen. It had been situations where basically the black woman, what they call them, had more balls than the black man in my life. Marcus G, you got it. Hey, kudos, man. Props on that decision, man. Peace to that decision, you know. I would say, I don't want to say good luck because I don't believe in that because you got it. You got it. D Monty, hey, you say bring the pendants back. Yes, sir. Fungi, hey, Fungi, we gotta put that up on a. I'm gonna just let y'all look at that comment for a minute, man. Fungi dropped that jewel on you. That jewel on you. I'm gonna let that just sit. Let that sit for a minute. That's a jewel. Oh, Dominique. Yeah, when they good, they got it. Oh, Dizzy. Man. Come on, Dizzy. You had to do that to me. Ah, dang. You had yeah, Dizzy, you had to do that one to me, did you, man? Goodness gracious. Dizzy. Chris Brown, too. Chris Brown did what he did, man. Slapping up Rihanna, boy. Them black women, they didn't want to give up Chris Brown. They was like, well, she had to do something for him to respond like that. So yeah, man, dang, Dizzy, why you had to do that? All right, Roddy Mo. Let me see, man. Roddy Mo asked the question. His thing won't let me highlight the question. All right. So Roddy Mo, it always confuses me when I see a beautiful black woman flirt and try to woo me, knowing I have nothing to give them. Please explain that. Before I try to explain that, anybody got some anybody got insight to this in regards to what Roddy Mo is talking about? So it always confuses me when I see a beautiful black woman flirt and try to woo me, knowing I have nothing to give them. Please explain that. Anybody care to explain that for Roddy Mo? I have been given some answers to that. I have been told that some people just do that merely for attention. They like the attention, and whoever they feel like they can get the attention from. then that's what they will accept. So they go out and they flirt a lot just for that attention, to see who's gonna flirt back with them. And it don't matter what you have to offer. So for the most part, it always has boiled down to attention. Just from my experience, in regards to why certain women may do that. Montel, I'm going to have to. It's neck and neck, but I may have to agree with you. Zucco, man, hey, there you go. Protect them sisters, man. Protect them. Protect them from these heathens out here. Dominique, your African American history professor, is right and exact. King, oh man, King Grady got me with that response. Oh man, woo, King Grady. There we go. King Grady with the response. Response of the night goes to King Grady. That's about it. Oh man, that's correct. King Grady got me with that. I'm tripping off King Grady response, man. I think King Grady responded to Roddy Mo's situation, and that was it. Yeah, Dizzy and D Monty, definitely they could be seeing something that you may not see in yourself. That's definitely possible. You know, that's definitely possible. And for the most part, they may not even know that you don't have anything to offer them. They may not even know that, you know. And look, we look at, when we talk about things that we have to offer people, we only look at that on a material level. You can offer things that are non-material. You know what I mean? So you could be you could be offering things like mentally. Your presence can just be soothing to them. So that's something that you offering to them. So you don't necessarily have to offer them material things all the time. So you can be what you bring to the table can be non-material. It can be mental, and that can be just as necessary as the material things. Dominique, wow. Hey, you got clients that pay for a 10. I kid you not. I have the same situation. Yep. So I already know. Already know. I got some clients to this day that, like, instead of them participating in the group classes, they'll rather train one-on-one, because they want me to focus on them instead of focus on the whole entire class. It's crazy. I ain't even think that was a thing, but like it is. Oh yeah, Roddy, if you value talking to women, then that's it. You probably were just listening to them. He was like, that's crazy. This brother is listening. That's all that you need to do sometimes, man, to just captivate him, is listen. Like, sometimes that's it. The fact that you can listen is good enough. Yeah, Dizzy, that's definitely it, man. Hey, that's definitely it. Just listening, stimulating the mind instead of spitting the game. Dominique, man, me and you relating on this. That's exactly what it is. Those are definitely some facts. Man, y'all be going in on these comments right when I be having to shut it down, man. you know. So with that being said, man, I gotta head up to this gym, man. I got a few classes that I gotta instruct. So I gotta whip some people into shape real quick, man. This was another good stream, another good interaction, dialogue, exchange, however you want to refer to it as. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all probably tomorrow, man. So I'm gonna definitely be back on this joint tomorrow, ready to build. But I gotta go ahead and exit the stream, get to this gym, destroy these clients of mine, and then just chill on out, give me some rest, man. So y'all stay easy out here, man. Hopefully this stream was inspiring and motivating enough for you all to get up out of here and get some powerful things done. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit. Go ahead and do my thing in this gym, man. Y'all be peaceful out here. Y'all keep y'all heads up. Stay focused. I'm out, y'all. Peace.